This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, police are unsure when a car crashed off a major Queenstown road and into a building, leaving a woman with serious injuries. The first of around 1,500 secondary school pupils have attended the latest annual Safer Journeys Expo in Dunedin. And the Cancer Society is celebrating a successful Relay for Life over the weekend in Timaru. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Police are unsure when a car crashed off a major Queenstown road and into a building, leaving a woman with serious injuries. They were only alerted after a resident noticed damage to an interior wall.
It was only after a resident in this Queenstown building noticed a wall inside had buckled and went outside to investigate that emergency services were called.
One vehicle travelling from town. Time-wise, we're not too sure. It was reported from a person who was opening up for work in the morning down at the Gorge Road Retail.
That call came at around 10:30 this morning. The car wedged between a bank and the building on Gorge Road. Firefighters freeing the single occupant from the vehicle, who was then handed into the care of ambulance staff.
One female patient has been extracted and she has been taken to Lakes Hospital with a view to taking her to Dunedin if injuries are that serious.
It's believed the car was travelling from Queenstown towards Arthur's Point. A reporter at the scene says the car had crashed over a bank and into Gorge Road Retail Centre.
It looks like the way the markings on the wall, the car has probably rolled over on its front in that wedge position, but just with the inertia of the vehicle just carried on forward.
Part of the road was closed as the serious crash unit investigated the cause of the accident. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Staying in Queenstown, the victim of a serious assault in the resort remains in a coma in Dunedin Hospital. The assault occurred in the early hours of Tuesday morning in Cow Lane and was sparked by an altercation in a bar between two pairs of men. Police say they're continually monitoring the condition of the victim, a Sri Lankan who's been working as a chef in Queenstown for many years. The victim suffered a fractured skull in the attack. The incident was captured on CCTV and police are appealing for information. The first of around 1,500 secondary school pupils have attended the latest annual Safer Journeys Expo at Dunedin's Edgar Centre. The expo aims to educate Year 11 pupils in how to make the right call when it comes to driver safety.
We'll be calling serious crash. We have 3 of those in our district. One's in Dunedin, one's in Alexandra and one is from Invercargill.
Year 11 pupils from Balclutha and Dunedin watching and learning at a car crash simulation at the Edgar Centre. The Safer Journeys Expo shows how victims of car accidents are cut out of vehicles by emergency crews.
So we just want them to get along to educate them about what can happen in and around vehicles and just choices that they can make to keep themselves and their mates safe.
The Otago-based expo has been running for about 10 years and is aimed at young people who'll be starting to think about getting their driver's licence soon. And she says it's crucial they learn to avoid making poor choices in cars.
It's very important because there are young drivers. Dunedin's got one of the worst young drivers for accidents or crashes. So any chance that we can get to educate them into making good choices in and around vehicles is always a bonus.
The expo also includes a funeral director's description of a funeral service. She says in the end, road safety is about everyone making good choices.
It's about making the right call. So you can make the right call. Whether you're the driver, whether you're a passenger, just making good choices out there.
The expo brings a road safety message to about 1,500 Otago teenagers every year. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
Yet another naked man has been seen performing a lewd act on St Clair Beach before running off into the bushes ahead of the arrival of police last night. The incident is the latest in a spate of reports of naked men performing lewd acts at St Clair and St Kilda beaches in the past few months. Police described the latest alleged offender as Māori, tall and of solid build, with black curly hair and facial hair, and nude. They're urging people to get in touch if they saw suspicious activity in the area and to take a photo if possible. The Cancer Society is celebrating a successful Relay for Life over the weekend in Timaru. Donations are still rolling in on top of the $45,000 already raised.
South Canterbury coming out in force to raise money and awareness for the Cancer Society. 28 teams and 200 cancer survivors taking part in Saturday's 12-hour charity relay in Timaru. And instead of pulling an all-nighter like previous years, the new format meant families could enjoy the day with less stress.
Starting at 10 a.m. and going till 10 p.m. So we've been really encouraging families to come down, pop up your gazebo, pop it down at the end of the night, and people seem to really like that instead of the overnight. It just makes it easier all round, you know, for people with work on Monday, let's face it, you know, it's pretty tiring, but, you know, we're still there for that serious message and during the dark, so yeah, it's been really fantastic.
Some serious money was raised as well, with $45,000 in the coffers and donations still coming in. 12-year-old Waituna Creek pupil Alice Studham Lowe raised an impressive $2,800 all by herself.
Jane, are you nervous? I hope you're not. Don't shake too much.
According to the Ministry of Health, cancer is Aotearoa's #1 killer. 23,000 are diagnosed every year and the number keeps climbing. To honour those lost by cancer, the candlebag ceremony lights up the final moments of the event.
You know, we remember those we've lost to cancer. It's a very poignant ceremony, it's very emotional for a lot of people, but it's really important. It's really important to remember those that we've lost to cancer. It's such a terrible disease. So, yeah, we encourage people, obviously, you know, to have come down, and it's great that the community get behind that as well.
Smith says the day was a huge success.
I just really want to say thank you so much to the South Canterbury community who always get behind Relay for Life. And again, you know, that's no exception this year. So thank you, South Canterbury. You've done it again, you've come out, and we are so thankful on behalf of the Cancer Society.
In Timaru, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, we met a group of inspiring high school students fundraising for a volunteer trip to Nepal, and we take a look at aged care in Dunedin.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, as Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
ID Dunedin Fashion Week is celebrating 20 years and you're invited to the show. One amazing show, 2 nights, Friday 15 and Saturday 16 March at Dunedin's Regent Theatre. The show features ID International Emerging Designer Awards and a runway show from 16 of New Zealand's leading established designers. Tickets are available from Ticket Direct. Grab a group of friends and book today. For all the details, www.idfashion.co.nz.
Welcome back. Queenstown's Council is calling for feedback on plans for a 600-house special housing area near the resort town, the day after the government announced plans to scrap the legislation. The council says it's received an expression of interest to develop an area of land to the north of Hanley Farm and Jacks Point, the Coneburn Special Housing Area. The proposal is on vacant land with a total area of 48 hectares. The council's asking for public feedback before it considers it at next month's full council meeting. A group of Mount aspiring pupils are working hard to raise nearly $200,000 towards a trip to Nepal in April. Once there, they plan to volunteer as part of a month-long World Challenge school expedition.
Wanaka's A&P show, a good place for a fundraising sausage sizzle by Mount aspiring pupils, hoping to raise some of the cash they need to get to Nepal.
We are doing a fundraiser today at the Wanaka A&P show. We go to school here and we are hoping to raise $1,500 today to help us go to Nepal.
Their final destination in Nepal is at more than 5 kilometres altitude.
Over there we'll be climbing to base camp on Everest and then volunteering at a school.
The aim is to spend a month as volunteers at a Nepalese school.
We hope to get a lifetime experience out of it. With all the children, we think it will open our eyes on what's really happening over there, and we hope to help them.
The goal is to raise a total of almost $200,000 to cover the cost of sending 23 pupils to Nepal. In Wanaka, for the South Today.
Sometimes jobs and careers can be a calling or something you just turn up to and collect a paycheck. For Dunedin's McPherson family, it's both a calling and a family affair. And now they're looking after their family's matriarch.
Keeping it in the family. As New Zealand's population ages, the elder care sector is facing a crisis as baby boomers reach older age. Where some forms of employment can merely be a job, for the McPherson family, caregiving is a family affair.
And one Christmas she come home and said to me, Sue would like me to do caregiving and would you do my job that I do, which was just a kitchen job? And I said, yeah, I'll do that. She goes, it's only for 6 weeks. And I said, yep, that'll be fine, I'll do it for you over Christmas for 6 weeks. So I come down and saw Sue, and that was 7 years ago.
Glendale retirement home workers Tony McPherson and her daughter Nikita are among the team working with Lily and Adi, who's Tony McPherson's mother. But with some people who are caring for their own elderly spouses without pay, getting a break for a dependent loved one can be hard.
And hey, if we booked into a place that said we'll give you 2 weeks notice and then 2 weeks out they haven't got a room, we're in a bit of trouble. Or the other one, she can give you 2 days notice, and if the room's not ready 2 days before I go away, what do we do?
But a new report released by the New Zealand Nurses Organisation and Air2 reveals patients trying to ration their own care to help overworked staff, including one case of a man dying from an infected wound. The report states some residents are paying up to $1,400 a week and only getting 6 minutes of care a day. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, excitement is rising as the Highlanders prepare to take on the table-topping Crusaders at Forsyth Bar Stadium. And we have tomorrow's weather for you, so stay with us.
Dunedin Beds R Us are having a stock clearance sale during the month of February, up to 50% off New Zealand-made Sleepyhead beds. Come see Ricky and the team at 505 Princess Street, next to Armstrong Prestige. Plenty of parking.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
ID Dunedin Fashion Week is celebrating 20 years and you're invited to the show. One amazing show, 2 nights, Friday 15 and Saturday 16 March at Dunedin's Regent Theatre. The show features ID International Emerging Designer Awards and a runway show from 16 of New Zealand's leading established designers. Tickets are available from Ticket Direct. Grab a group of friends and book today. All the details, www.idfashion.co.nz.
Thanks for staying with us. It's all about the details for the Highlanders this week as they prepare to take on the table-topping Crusaders at Forsyth Bar Stadium. The Highlanders are coming off back-to-back Super Rugby losses and are looking to keep their impressive home record intact.
All smiles for Highlanders skipper Ben Smith at training this week, looking forward to taking on the unbeaten Crusaders under the roof in Dunedin this weekend.
We're making sure that we're all aligned and excited about this challenge. This is awesome. We're back home under the roof in front of our people, so yeah, this is why we play the game.
The Highlanders haven't lost a game at Forsyth Bar Stadium since March of 2017, when ironically they went down to the Crusaders.
We are proud of that record when we're proud of playing at home and performing how we do in front of our crowd. Obviously the Crusaders are pretty proud of their record as well, which is going pretty strong at the moment.
So well, in fact, the Red and Blacks are chasing their 20th win on the trot, unbeaten since their last trip down south a year ago. But that's all history this season.
There's just a one-off game that, you know, we're trying to move forward in this competition, so we need to perform well. So I think, you know, we enjoy playing at home and we realise that we're up against a good opponent.
The Crusaders will be without All Black prop Joe Moody, but captain Sam Whitelock is expected to be named in the team, a big challenge for Highlanders rising star Josh Dixon.
Yeah, they've got some pretty good locks there, so now it'll be good to go up against the best, I'd say. They're a pretty good outfit there in that forward pack, so you know, we've got a plan and we'll go up there and hopefully we execute and do well.
Fellow lock Pari Parkinson and midfielder Thomas Umaga Jensen are under concussion protocols. It's unclear whether they'll be available this weekend. In Dunedin, the South today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. Police are unsure when a car crashed off a major Queenstown road and into a building, leaving a woman with serious injuries. The first of around 1,500 secondary school pupils have attended the latest annual Safer Journeys Expo in Dunedin. And the Cancer Society is celebrating a successful Relay for Life over the weekend in Timaru, following a very successful fundraising event. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. What have you got for us in tomorrow's paper?
Plenty of reading, I can tell you that.
That's always a start.
It is a good start. Look, it's always a concern with Canterbury invasion for big Super Rugby matches in Dunedin, but even more so this weekend in the wake of the measles outbreak in Christchurch. Canterbury fans are being urged by the Southern District Health Board to stay north of the Waitaki if they're not feeling particularly well. I think there's 25 cases of measles discovered in Canterbury at the moment. 2 cases confirmed in Dunedin as well, and the second of those is believed to have stemmed from a Christchurch visit to the city. They're now trying to track down 14 people who may have had contact with that person. Highly contagious, and they're urging anyone really to remain in isolation if they've got some of the symptoms. And I guess if you're getting a crowd of 15 to 20,000 at the stadium, could be interesting as well.
Yeah, because I don't think people realise just how contagious measles is and how serious the effects of it, getting that illness can be.
Yeah, that's right. And the early symptoms are sort of a sneezy, runny nose, feeling a bit fluey. So a lot of people may mistake it for the flu, and it's not until the rash comes out that they know they've got it. So yeah, lots of warnings there, and hopefully people will take care. We're also looking ahead to the student climate change protest planned by secondary pupils on Friday. We talked to some of the key players from Logan Park High School behind Dunedin's gathering, and the reasons they've got involved as well. They're hoping to attract up to 1,000, I guess, pupils from around Dunedin to take part in the Octagon. It's caused a bit of conjecture amongst principals, some saying no, they think kids will be just taking the day off for the sake of it, while others are encouraging their kids to get out and protest and take a stand on the issue. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of turnout they get for that.
Yeah, it certainly had interesting debate, that topic, about, because it sort of undermines children that they can't fight for their future, I think.
Oh, exactly, and it is a big issue for them all, as they look ahead for years to come, and I guess they're more aware of it now than a lot of our generation are as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day, I think, throughout the region. Idea Fashion is well underway in the city, and we've been caught up with some visiting overseas designers today. They got a bit of a tour of the city, went to Larnitz Castle in Glenfalloch and tasted some of the delights of the city as well. So yeah, some nice photos to go with that.
Fantastic.
And on the sporting front, yeah, it is all focus on the big clash between the Highlanders and Crusaders this weekend. We look at some of the stats and try to identify where there might be some weaknesses within the Crusaders lineup. Hard to find any, they're unbeaten this season, and of course the reigning champs as well. So I think the Highlanders have got a pretty big task ahead of them, but they've got a great record at home, so hopefully they can continue that.
Well, go the Highlanders, and you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Molnap.
Beginning with the southern view of James McAndrew looking out from his home in front of Toitua. Looking at the situation, an anticyclone brings dry, cloudy weather to much of the southern region tomorrow with cool temperatures. Rainy weather systems should remain in the north through the weekend, but most of Otago and Southland should stay dry. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect a wet but warm day with 21-degree highs. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim are set for cloudy skies, showers and a top temperature of 20 degrees. In Canterbury, you can expect a cloudy day with 17 degrees for Kaikoura and Christchurch, while Ashburton is due for showers and a high of 14 degrees. In the southern towns, expect light winds with fine weather later on. The Catlins heads for a high of 14. Gore, Balclutha and Lumsden are all looking at highs of 15 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, light winds and mostly cloudy are the order of the day. Wanaka, Queenstown, Alexandra and Te Anau can all expect 15-degree highs, and everywhere is due to be cloudy except Te Anau, where it's predicted to be sunny. to the northern towns, and what a difference a day makes. For Timaru and Oamaru, today's warmth has been replaced by rain for Timaru and a high of 16 degrees. Oamaru may have a shower of 2 and your predicted high is 15. Twizel and Amarama are wet with rain, light winds, and your high should be around 15 degrees. In Dunedin, fine tonight with southwesterlies and an overnight low of 11. Mostly cloudy and rather cold tomorrow after this lovely warm weather, with northeasterly winds developing later in the day. A high of 13 degrees and an overnight low of 9. And it's cloudy with cool northeasterlies on Friday too. Some drizzle patches morning and night. Looking at a high of 14 and a low of 9 degrees. In Invercargill, showers clearing tonight with an overnight low of 9 degrees. Mostly fine and sunny tomorrow and cool with light northerlies, aiming for a high of 15 and a low of 5. Milder temperatures are expected on Friday, looking at a high of 18 degrees and a low of 8. And that's all for our news this Wednesday. For the latest news from the Southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week, great day. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.